Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. It's coming on the weekly reset, and the new one is going to be not as great as what the old week was, but this new week, it's going to be Necrotic. So everyone knows Necrotic. It's going to be Spiteful, so you're going to get the shades. Now, that's just a bit of kiting mechanic if you get a shade on you. It's actually a lot of DPS that they attack, so the shades will actually attack the DPS. It's just them kiting it, so that's not too bad. The Necrotic is what sucks because it makes you unhealable. I have made a build video for this already, which I will put in the description, but I'll briefly go over it very quickly. But check out the full one in the description, like I said. But Necrotic this week isn't going to be as bad as the last video I did because it is tyrannical. So the bosses are the ones that are empowered, the ones that are doing my damage, not the packs. So this Necrotic week, yes, it's not great, but when it's on Fortified, it is a lot worse. I think one of the worst weeks coming up is actually going to be next week, where it's Fortified, bolstering, so the packs are doing like 50% more damage or something. It's going to be just horrendous. So this one, I'm going to test it out. Like I said, it's coming on the weekly reset. I haven't had a chance to run it. But to quickly go over what I'm going to use, I'll give you two options. Right now I'm using the Dark Medallion, Dark Glare, for that proc chance of Fell Devastation. You could also use the Elysian Decree one if you're Kyrian, just for the sole purpose of having your sigils reduced, because you will want your sigils used a lot when you're kiting. So Sigil of Chains I'm going to throw on. I'm going to use Sigil of Silence and Sigil of Misery a lot while I'm running around, because you'll be dropping these all the time, you know, trying to get enemies back to it while you're dropping your stacks in Necrotic. So, that being said, the reduced time on the sigils with the Elysian Decree one is actually very, very good. So it doesn't have to do Elysian Decree. It can do 8 seconds off any sigil, which is amazing when you're kiting, because then you can still drop sigils and silence and chains and all that fun stuff. So definitely check that out, and I'll go in depth into it on the other video, but you will be switching to Clea, just for the certain aspect where your vial will now protect you, give you 20% damage reduction, and it will be on use to remove curse, diseases, poisons, and bleed effects, which will do the Necrotic. Now, another thing to point out, which I didn't in the other video, is pick up some Soul Purity Potions. I'm going to test out how well these work this week, because it is attempts to remove one curse, disease, or poison. So I'm hoping it will do the Necrotic, but it's going to be a test, and if, as you see, they are not sharing a cooldown with your vial, so it doesn't matter. It's just an added one to it. That is basically what I'm going to test out this week, what I'm going to run. I'm going to switch in between Dark Glare and the other Legendary, just to see which one I like running better. But as it is tyrannical, it shouldn't be as bad as last time. So this one should be alright. It shouldn't be terrible. You should be able to DPS down the packs a lot quicker, the ones that are really going to do some damage to you. Anyways, if you have any comments, leave them below. Like, share, subscribe. This was Deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, link in the description to the actual Necrotic build one. Check that one out. Thanks.